Let's talk some NFL football, and there's one thing specifically that we need to talk about, especially after last night and everything that happened in the Monday Night Football game between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's look back a couple weeks ago. Pittsburgh was an undefeated football team. Pittsburgh was known as the best team in all of NFL, standing-wise, power rankings-wise. Everyone had them number one. Yes, they did come out with some very last minute wins, one against the Dallas Cowboys, who are a weaker team this season, but for the most part the Steelers looked like the best team in the NFL and they were playing like it. Their record showed it, blah 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 blah. The last couple of weeks for the Steelers have been less than stellar at all. Pittsburgh has really just, I have no clue what happened in that. The team has just fell apart almost from being the top team in the NFL to now they are at risk at losing their division spot to the Cleveland Browns, who are just behind them. It's a one-game difference, and guess who the Steelers play last game of the season? The Cleveland Browns. And I can guarantee you, if there's more of this dancing stuff from JuJu Smith-Schuster, that could very well mean a Cleveland Browns division championship, because I want to get into that today. First off, no disrespect to JuJu Smith-Schuster as a player. I think he's a phenomenal player. I used to really like him. I liked him back when AB was on the team and AB kept going at JuJu for some reason. I thought that JuJu was the better wide receiver on that team. The stats showed it and everything. He deserved that team MVP that AB got mad about or whatever and left the team. So I originally really liked JuJu. He's a funny guy. Yes, he has a huge social media presence. He is on TikTok, which this all really has to do with. YouTube, I've seen some of his YouTube stuff. He has a YouTube channel. Instagram, obviously, he's big there too. So he's kind of a big social media influencer, if you want to put that into perspective. I've never been a huge TikTok guy. Actually, there was a time 6 months ago or whatever, I was really I didn't make TikToks. I watched them. I made a few where I just show my friends or something like that, but never would I dance in them or anything like that. That's just not my style, and that's not a shot at anyone who does do that. It's just not my style. I know that there's millions of people who go out there and they've really built a whole business and a whole image around themselves because of what they've been able to do on the app TikTok or whatever. They're dancing or they're making funny videos or whatever. TikToks, you'll find some of the funniest things that you've ever seen on TikTok. You'll see things that wow you. It's not a bad app. I had to delete it a couple months back because I was just on it too much, and I was like, you know what, I gotta focus more on YouTube and make more of these, so I got rid of the app. But this is where it all kind of branches off with JuJu. So TikTok alone, him and TikTok, I have no problem with. I have no problem with him going out there and doing his dances, doing stuff in the Steelers locker room after the games and everything with Chase Claypool and blah, 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 blah. Even though the trends and everything might not be my favorite, I'm not going to be oh my gosh, how can the best team in the NFL be doing this stuff in the locker room or outside of football, when they're at home or whatever? I'm not going to make a big deal out of that. That's their choice. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. What there is a problem with is doing it on the opponent's logo before the games, and that is the main topic of what happened in the Bengals game last night, because JuJu did it again. I think this all started the Cowboys game. He did it on the Cowboys logo, and the reaction straight off the bat wasn't that good. He keeps doing it at every single away stadium, and now he did it at the Bengals stadium, and the Cincinnati Bengals, who are one of the worst teams in the NFL this season, a Joe Burrow-less. Look, they didn't even have this guy on the team. He's hurt. Ryan Finley from North Carolina State comes in, and they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers on a Monday night game, prime time in Cincinnati. I don't want to say that the whole loss is to be attributed to JuJu dancing on the logo or whatever, because that'd be crazy. It's a team effort always. Just that one thing is not going to lose you a football game. But you just have to look at it as straight off the bat, you're disrespecting the other team, and you're only fueling the fire for them. The Bengals have nothing to play for right now. The Bengals, all they're playing for is to get a better draft pick so they could build around Joe Burrow and blah, 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 get back to being a winning football team. So the only thing that's going to help them is losing games. Winning games is only going to hinder them right now, and the organization, I think, wants to lose games so they get a better draft pick, get Sewell in the draft to really block up Joe Burrow, get Jamar Chase, another wide receiver, something like that. So the Bengals don't really have anything to play for right now, but as soon as JuJu did that, and the players on the other team see that, you give the players a lot more to play for than to just come in and play another football game. Yes, they're professionals. Yes, this is their job. They have to go out there and play well and perform. But when you add that other level of competition on top of that, just because a player on the other team went and literally did a TikTok dance on your logo, it just adds so, like, if I'm playing my baseball game or whatever, and there's some kid who comes over in front of our dugout on the other team and starts doing a dance or something like that, my whole team, I guarantee you, is going to be so much more. We are not going to want to lose to that kid. I guarantee you. And I feel like that's what's kind of happened the last couple games. Like it happened in Buffalo. I'm not a Buffalo Bills fan, by the way. I just have the jersey, and Buffalo's the closest NFL team to me. So don't think I'm going to like come out here and just like talk trash to all you Steelers fans. But like Buffalo, it just added so much more. Like I remember hearing what Josh Allen was saying like before the game and everything. Like it looks like the Steelers just go into every game when he does that, thinking that the Steelers are going to win. And that ultimately just pushes the other team to be like, no, you're not going to come into our house and start dancing on our logo and stuff. Like, that's just straight up disrespectful. Like, that reminds me of, it's kind of different. Rashawn Gary, if you remember back when he was at Michigan and Michigan State. But that was kind of inflicted by Michigan State because Michigan State was all linking arms or whatever, walking across the field, and they purposely like crossed over them and like got in their way, in Gary's way. And then after he went and kicked up the like Michigan State logo or whatever, this isn't inflicted by the other team. It's not like the Bengals are going out there and doing something to JuJu to make him do this. He's just doing this for TikTok fame or whatever. And it's just doing it pregame. One, it's going to distract you from the actual game because I feel like when you're out there for pregame, what is he going to be? He's thinking and waiting for that moment when the Bengals logo is going to be free so he can go and do his dance or whatever. So I feel like that actually takes away from what he's doing in the warm-up of everything. Again, I could be completely wrong. This is just my opinion. I'm not saying that I'm JuJu and I know everything that's going through his mind. And I want to know how his teammates feel about this because like to have that going on and then lose a couple games and now have your division title, because it just doesn't feel like you're as focused, you're as blah 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 blah, you're not committed, you're just going out there and having fun. You got to play, if you want to win this league, if you want to win a Super Bowl, you got to go out there 110% intensity every single game. That's how you be great. It's not just going out, be great for 10 games or whatever, and then come in and just start having fun for the rest of the game, start goofing off. I just don't like, again, if he wants to do this after the games, not on the logo, of course, in the locker room, on the field even, as long as it's not on the opposing team's logo and it's not disrespectful. If he wants to do that there, by all means, like I have no problem with that. You could go do whatever dance you want as long as it's outside. But if you directly link it to the other team that you're about to go up and play, I think that's where you find the problem. And I've heard that Mike Tomlin is going to talk to JuJu about this, so hopefully they can resolve that, because JuJu, all in all, his stats haven't shown this year, but he still is a really good wide receiver and a really good player. I just feel like there has to be some level of respect, especially for a guy. He's not that old. Like, he's not some veteran player that everyone respects yet. Like, you got to make better decisions you can't just like go and disrespect teams. So that's just my 2 cents on this whole situation. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Definitely like down below, definitely hit the sub button, like the video, comment anything about this whole situation, and thank you for watching, and come back next time.